name is Lauren Elizabeth Whitsip, and I am a pet and wildlife portrait artist and muralist. I create custom pet portraits for people worldwide, and I paint local murals for clients within the McHenry County and Chicago areas. I started creating art at a very early age when I was a child, but I actually stopped when I turned 15. And when there's the beginnings of pressures of determining what you're going to do when you grow up and going to college and all that. And I just remember listening to those voices from family and friends that were saying that you're not going to get anywhere in art, there's no future in art should just be a hobby. And so that really affected me so much because I kind of associated my identity, who was so creative and spontaneous and an abstract thinker, with being a personality that wouldn't be successful. So I then was so flawed that I needed to pretend to be someone that would become successful in the future. I stopped doing my art and I pursued a career in nutritional sciences at Penn State University, where I got my bachelor's. And slowly but surely, I just became more and more depressed. I didn't know who I was. I almost tried to hide my gifts, my artistic talents, and I was just living in shame and guilt. And so I turned to food and exercise to kind of self-soothe that anxiety and those insecurities. By 2012, I was in a toxic, horrible relationship. I had this awful, unhealthy relationship with food and exercise, and I was even told that I would never conceive because I was so malnourished and unhealthy, and it was just an awful, awful time in my life. I think the turning point was when I got a job working for a garden center, and my boss introduced me to a bunch of different Christian sermons and resources and things that I just delve into from that point on. I developed this habit of creating art every single morning and every single night while listening to Christian podcasts and sermons and books, and that was like my therapy. Slowly but surely I was growing in my confidence. I was renewing my mind. I was just establishing a whole new way of thinking. It was about 2 years of doing this every single day that I could finally say I was recovered, and that was in 2016 when I eventually took that leap of faith to become a full-time artist. Since I've become an artist, I have just noticed that I keep finding in my path people who are going through the same thing, struggling with anxiety, struggling with fear, just immense fear and depression. And then I tell them my story and I introduce them to the art tutorials that I've been making. And they just notice that art really helps them to slow down. It helps them to process the mental struggles that they're dealing with in just a much more comfortable way. It builds their confidence. I mean, all the things that really helped me, I'm now able to pass that on to others as well. After seeing the benefits of art play out in my life, as well as renewing my mind every single day, twice a day, I decided to make these animal painting tutorials, as well as an animal art masterclass that I am offering to those who are interested in that exact thing. People who want to learn how to grow their skills in animal art, and then people who also want to manage their stress. I truly believe that we all struggle with our demons, and everyone's very different in how they manage those stressors. And I just hope that I can reach out to people who are creatives that are really hurting, that need that support, that need that instruction and encouragement. And I just know that where I'm headed is to meet more people like that and serve them in the way that I was designed.